Hey, how y'all doing? It is Naru of the 6G frequency. And so I had quite a few messages to share. I was supposed to actually been sharing these messages just over the last couple of days, but I've been hanging out in my feelings, y'all, and so I've been having to work through the energies of self. I've been having to clear out the emotional energy in my heart that's been weighing me down. I've been having to work through the thoughts that I've been thinking based on some of the things that I'm going through, and so it's kind of hard. It ain't always so easy to jump on here and just put a smile on my face and share God's love. It's not easy, and I don't mean to make it seem like it is, But a conversation that I've been intuitively guided to have is to pay attention to the energy that is presented to you from others, right? And so when I say pay attention to the energy that is presented, that means if it's a conversation, that means if it's a song, that means if it's television shows you're watching, if it's the company you're keeping, the places you're going, the things that you're doing, right? You have to ask yourself, is the energy entanglements that you allow yourself to be involved in, does this energy speak to your heart or does it speak to your ego, right? Because something that is speaking to your ego is going to draw out a very negatively disposed energy from you, right? Because the ego seeks its own benefit. The ego seeks its own advantage. And sometimes when the ego seeks the advantage of self, it can be to the detriment of self. And you got to pay attention to that. But when the energetic entanglements you're involved in are speaking to your heart, it's going to ask you to be love. It's going to ask you to not just consider the self, but consider the self when the self relates to others. You understand? Because to be made in God's image means to be made in the image that permeates love. No matter who you are, good and bad, you have the advantage, you have the benefit of being God's love. But you have the choice also not to be. So even when I speak when I'm having this conversation that I'm having, all I'm saying is make sure you know what you're choosing. Are you choosing to be in service to self? Are you choosing to be in service to others? It's important that you know the energy that you are in alignment with. So when you consider the energetic entanglements that you find yourself caught up in the world, you'll know whether or not the ego is leading or if the heart is leading. To be operating from a positive God force, from your north node, the heart will lead. The healthy heart will lead. But to operate from a negative God force, your south node, the path of karma, you understand, the ego will lead. Because the ego don't give a fuck about nobody but itself. And sometimes the ego's selfish advantages towards the self leads to self-sacrifice, y'all, in a very negative way. So it's your choice the energy you choose to move in. It's your choice the energy you choose to align with, But just pay attention and know it's important that you know the energy you moving in, because sometimes people think they love and they ain't even being loved. They think that the company that they keep are good people. They think that the things that they are doing, it ain't really hurting nobody. But are you really thinking of others? Are you only thinking of self? Are you wearing energy and pretending to be one thing? Are you putting on a mask and pretending to be something that you truly are not, because what is the heart saying? Sometimes we got to tell the ego to shut the fuck up so we can hear what our heart is trying to speak to us, So that's all. I just wanted to share that little bit of love, I hope it made sense to y'all. When I'm guided to share these conversations, sometimes it's just a phrase or a topic given to me, and God just be like, oh, just start talking. I'm going to give you the words, So, with love.